Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna answer a question from Akara, who I appreciate so much. Your support has been so special to me on this path, and I can't thank you enough for all the beautiful comments you offer and for sharing everything that you do. It really does mean so much. So thank you, Akara. And here is her question. So, can you do a video about third eye and what people mean when they said, be careful about what you manifest and how you can control this? What if you think about something negative that scares you, like sickness, like losing yourself or anyone you love? Yeah, this is actually a really relevant question to my journey and to when I first started learning about manifestation and opening your third eye and the powers of um, you know, manifesting with Kundalini energy, with higher spiritual energy. And I was really at this time when I learned about this, when I first opened my third eye, I was really negative. I was really had a lot of darkness within that I had not integrated. I had a lot of unresolved issues and trauma, and I was really just an imbalanced person. And I had a lot of unconsciousness that had not been brought to the light of consciousness yet. I had so much of like an imbalanced thinking pattern. First of all, I had a lot of negative thoughts, which I was always believing. And that's really gets to the heart of this question, Akara. It's not so much that we have negativity in the mind. It's not so much that there's negative thoughts going through our minds, or that we even have a lot of unresolved unconsciousness in the body or a lot of unresolved trauma. The key is, are you believing the thoughts? Are you believing the negativity in your mind to be real? Well, then if you are, then it is gonna cause it's gonna cause life to give you what you need a lot of times rather than what you want. Because, well, like I always talk about, your external reality is a perfect mirror for your internal reality. So here's the thing. If we have negative thoughts and we believe them to be true and we give them interest and we contract on them, that negativity, what it does is it goes into the body, it goes into our cells, and it starts bringing a lot of negativity into our physical vessel. And then the physical vessel starts building up with suppressed negativity. And what that does is it creates more negative thoughts, which then, if we believe them, creates more negativity in the body. So what happens when we have a third eye opening, if we're in this cycle, much like I was, of believing the thoughts, having the negativity stored in the body, and then the negativity stored in the body creating more negative thoughts. If you're in that cycle like I was, the third eye opens. It can really be overwhelming initially. Because when your third eye opens, in my experience, first of all, you become a lot more sensitive to energies. You really start picking up on frequencies of all things, not just other people, but like environments, objects, animals, just the world around you, media, television, technology, everything. But also you are shown like a bright light is shown on all of the darkness within you. And if you do not have the tools yet of allowing, opening, surrender, not believing your thoughts, then this is going to cause a really difficult scenario for a while. Like it did for me. I remember when my third eye first opened, what I was doing is I was listening to binaural beats really intensely every single day for long periods. And I was just doing it because I was in a hell realm and I wanted to find a place of relaxation. And with such dedication and commitment, I meditated with these binaural beats that one day, all of a sudden, I found just surging energy coursing up and down my body. And I found like right here to be super sensitive. I remember not even knowing what a third eye chakra was, but I was always wearing a headband around right here because I was so sensitive right here. and I felt this pounding pressure on my forehead. I had no idea what it was. Of course, went to the neurologist, psychologist, the litany of everyone, and no one could tell me anything. So, what I'm saying this all to you for is, it's not that we're having negative thoughts, to go right back to the beginning. It's that we're believing them. And then the cycle I was talking about, of having the negative thoughts, believing them, and having the negativity stored in the body, which creates more negative thoughts. How do we break this cycle? Well, what we need to realize is these thoughts are not ours. The thoughts you're having in your mind is predicated by the level of frequency that you're at as a being. And you're going to tap into that collective frequency of energy. So if you're having a lot of negative thoughts and you stop believing them and you realize that you are not the thoughts and that you are not even your mind, that your mind comes out of consciousness, that what you are is consciousness, that what you are is pure awareness, you can now rest in this space of pure awareness and watch your mind. You can watch its negativity. And you can say, wow, a lot of negativity there, a lot of fear there, a lot of anger, whatever it is, whatever the flavor of darkness is that you are experiencing. And as you observe the mind without believing the thoughts, what starts to happen is you stop bringing the negative energy into your body. Because it's only that you believe the thought is why it comes into the body. So as you let go of believing the thoughts and you just watch them, then you can feel the darkness, the negativity that's accumulated in the body start to release. This is where openness is key. So the key is this: have an openness and not give interest and belief to the negativity in the mind. And if you can do these two things, simply put, the energy starts releasing from your body, and you're able to notice that your mind's momentum slows down. And as your mind's momentum slows down, as the negative thoughts, the intrusive thoughts slow down, well, then there's going to be a lot more space. There's going to be more spaciousness in your being, and then this space allows the darkness to arise and to release. But here's the key: as the darkness is coming up, all that repressed fear, repressed sadness, apathy, depression, anger, all that stuff, as it starts to release, it's going to bring with it the same flavor of thought. So if you're going through an intense release, you're also going to be having really intense thoughts. Say you're having an intense release of fear energy. I've been through this so many times I can't even count now. I would have so much terror coming up out of my body that my thoughts would literally be terrorizing. They'd be so terrifying, but I would just relax in the space of being. I would relax as pure awareness, not believe the thoughts of terror, and stay open and relaxed in the body so that it can just empty out of me. And that's the big thing I want to point out. As you relax your body can stay relaxed even if you're having a thought storm of negativity, fear, sadness, and anger. You can still stay relaxed. Even if the body's shaking from releasing so much trauma, you can still keep your body relaxed. And as you relax your body, even when your mind's going haywire, what you're doing is you're retraining your DNA. You're retraining your cells, you're retraining the mind, you're retraining your nervous system, and this helps this process of breaking the cycle. So Akara, what getting back to your question here, it's important that you know that we're not going to be manifesting the negative thoughts we're thinking if we don't believe them. And even if you do fall into believing them every now and then, which happens, it's part of the process. This process takes time. We're not always going to be perfect. Sometimes we're going to fall into patterns where we just are believing the negativity for a while. Realize this: a negative thought has I think I was reading somewhere, it takes only one loving thought to balance out 50 or 100 or something really negative thoughts. So negativity and, fear-based thoughts, like you're saying something negative, they have very low frequency of power. They don't really have a lot of manifestation power. So you really have a lot of room of margin of error. And even if negativity does manifest, it usually doesn't manifest as intensely as the thoughts, or like never. But really loving and positive thoughts have a super high frequency, and those are the thoughts that tend to manifest instantly. I was also reading somewhere in the book called Levels of Energy by, I think it's Frederick Dotson, pretty good book, that it takes 2 weeks or more of constant negative thoughts for your energy levels to start dipping. So it's just important. We don't make too big a deal out of the negative thoughts, because first of all, they're not yours. We don't need to take them personally, and we don't need to even believe them. And secondly, they don't really manifest with the power you think. And when you have a third eye opening, it really just helps you to find the insights, or to remember how to alchemize, to remember how to integrate the darkness quicker, so that you can start using your new awareness to manifest love and peace and joy. So yeah, I would say those things, when people talk about third eye and to be careful, it's just a lot of fear-based programming there. We don't need to buy into that. We don't need to really even pay much attention to it. Akara, you have a beautiful, open, loving heart. As you start becoming more and more aware, you will notice this, that the darkness, the negativity doesn't have any power. The only time negativity has any power over us at all is when we're believing it, or when we're trying to resist it. It's when we're believing negative thoughts and resisting the negative energy in the body that the negativity can just seem overwhelming. But if we're not giving interest, if we're not believing the negative thoughts, and if we're not resisting the negativity in the body, then ultimately it's just basic physics. That energy is going to release. The negativity in the mind is going to slow down to a stop. But it's like this. It's like if you're going 100 miles an hour in a car this way, and you let off the accelerator, it's going to take a while before you come to a stop, right? So that's this process. Be patient with it. As you start believing your negative thoughts, and as you start relaxing the body and allowing that suppressed negativity to release, just know it's not going to be instantaneous. And it might feel like it gets worse very briefly for a minute at the very start, because it's like a dam has broken and you've released you're releasing all of that suppressed negative energy. So just know that, like any storm, if you're in the middle of a thought storm or a negative energy storm, it does pass. But when you're in the middle of a storm, you just don't know when, and that's what makes it hard. But just know it will pass if you'll just, relax the being, not believe the negative thoughts. And the beautiful thing is this, I'll end with this. As the car slows down to a stop and our mind momentum reduces and we empty out of all of this suppressed energy, what happens then is the car can turn around and we can start going this way, and then we start slowly going really fast the other way. And this is the way of positive manifestation, balancing, opening to the light and the dark, balancing it all, living in alignment, being authentic, being honest, all of these things, they start moving the car the other way. So it's a process. It's a beautiful process, the alchemization process. What I believe we came here to learn these skills as souls of integrating our light and dark. And this evolutionary reality offers that to us. And one thing we learn as we go through this process, Akara, is that negativity doesn't have that much power, especially when we start opening our third eye and realizing just how powerful we are as a being by coming to know through direct experience that I am not the body and I am not even the mind. I hope that this was helpful, Akara. I hope that this spoke to what you were wondering about. Thank you again for this question and all of your loving support. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking the videos. It means a lot to me. I just love connecting with you all, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.